Hello, my name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to talk about a 2011 Zack Snyder movie called Sucker Punch. Despite what critics say, and actually a lot of what the viewers say, I don't think the film is as bad as they made it out to seem. It's actually one of my favorite movies because it's the movie that actually got me into movies in the first place. I unfortunately never saw it in the theater, but apparently the extended edition that you get with the DVDs is better anyway. I went out and bought the DVD because I watched the action scenes on YouTube. And when I went to the store FYE, which I don't know if they exist anymore, and when I went there and asked the cashier for help trying to find the film, he looked at me and he gave me, "Really? You're looking for that kind of look?" It was like asking comic book guy in The Simpsons for a recommendation. Despite everything, I'm here to defend Sucker Punch and prove that it is not as bad as a film as people are making it out to be. So the way the Sucker Punch movie is set up is like a Russian nesting doll where there's multiple layers to it. And so these are the 3 layers I have come up for the movie. 1 is the real world. In the real world, a mother dies, possibly killed by her husband, we don't know. But after reading the will and finding out the daughters get everything, he is enraged and goes to attack them. He kills the younger daughter and blames it on our main character, Baby Doll, and sends her away to an insane asylum where he pays one of the workers to have her lobotomized. The worker informs the stepdad that the guy who does lobotomies will be there in 5 days. We see a montage of her time there, and just as she is about to be lobotomized, we get sent to Layer 2. Baby Doll is an orphan whose first time is sold to someone called the High Roller, and her stepdad is a priest, and she spits in his face. In this layer, the girls attend dance class instead of therapy sessions, and when Baby Doll dances, she dances so well that apparently hypnotizes people, although one of our other characters, Sweet Pea, says that there's too much gyrating and moaning. We never actually see Baby Doll's dances, just as she's getting ready to start dancing, because once she starts dancing, we are taken to Layer 3, which is all the action scenes. In Baby Doll's first dance in dance class, she meets a wise old man who tells her that she needs to collect 5 items to get what she wants, which is freedom. She wants to escape her situation. And she faces her first trial fighting 3 giant robot samurais. Sometime afterward, Baby Doll saves Rocket from being assaulted by the chef, and she reveals her plan to a group of girls, which include Rocket, her sister Sweet Pea, Amber, and Blondie. The girls are hesitant to join in at first just because the last few people who tried to escape all died. It takes a little convincing to get the girls to come along with the plan just because they live in a brothel and none of them actually want to be there. So, to recap, Level 1, real world, depressing asylum. Level 2, brothel, girls unhappy, want to escape. Level 3, action scenes. The items the girls are looking for are a map, fire, a knife, a key, and the 5th item is a deep sacrifice, which Baby Doll has to find on her own. Because each obstacle is a mission, Baby Doll envisions them heading to a battlefield each time. Do the battle scenes parallel the missions? Kinda. In our first mission to retrieve a copy of the map of the facility, they are fighting Nazi zombies. And the Nazi zombies could be the men who run the club and the men that go to the club, saying that they don't need to feel bad for fighting them, betraying them, and whatnot because they are already dead on the inside. For fire in real life, or Blair 2, they are trying to get someone's lighter. In the battle, they are trying to kill a baby dragon and fight its mother. For getting a knife, they are trying to steal one from the cook. In the battle, they are fighting robots on a train to get to a bomb. The robots on the train could symbolize fighting for the future and suffering loss to obtain that future. Or it could be men are violent robots, and in this case, they are going against the cook who already tried to attack Rocket before. So robots could just be the cook and other men like him, who they see as violent machines. Or maybe Baby Doll just likes trains. It's definitely the harder one of the battles to interpret. Sadly though, with the knife mission, things go wrong and the cook ends up killing Rocket. Sweet Pea has a breakdown and is locked in a closet. And as they get ready for the show that night, it's revealed that Blondie has a breakdown and reveals to Blue the girl's plan to escape, which of course angers Blue. So before the show that night, he goes into the dressing room and ends up killing not just Blondie but Amber as well. He tries to attack Baby Doll, but she fights back and steals the key from him. Baby Doll grabs Sweet Pea out of the closet and the 2 of them try to escape the facility. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of men blocking the way out, so Baby Doll tells Sweet Pea to escape while she goes to distract the men. You think this is going to lead to another action scene and she'll start dancing, but instead the guys go up to her and she just kicks them between the legs and they grab her and drag her back inside. Baby doll is taken to the high roller, who in real life is the doctor performing the lobotomy. They talk about how even though he paid a lot of money for her, he doesn't just want her. He doesn't want to take her by force. He wants her to consent to it. In the real world, this translates to Baby doll not being able to escape physically, but accepting and allowing her body to be trapped into this situation. And Baby doll accepts this, consents to it, and allows the doctor to perform the lobotomy and allows her body to be stuck in this situation. In the real world, the look of acceptance in Baby doll's face freaks the doctor out, and he talks to the therapist about this, about how it looked like she wanted to be lobotomized in the end. And through this talk, it's found out that she never needed to be lobotomized, and one of the workers forged the paperwork to do it. Baby doll is taken away to a room, and Blue is about to assault her, but instead he is arrested. We then see Sweet Pea try to get on a bus, but some police stop her to ask a few questions. The bus driver, who is also the wise man in Baby doll's fantasy, reveals that, or I should say lies to the police and say she's been on the bus and just got off to use the restroom. Sweet Pea gets on the bus, rests for a while because it's going to be a long trip, as the narration tells us that you have everything you need, so go and fight. And that is Sucker Punch, basically. Is the ending a little confusing? Sure. But apparently the theatrical release was much worse than the DVD release, since it was missing scenes like the high roller scene that talked about consent, and that really took a lot away from the message. I don't know how it ended in the theater. I don't know if it's just Baby doll telling Sweet Pea bye and then Sweet Pea getting on a bus. I guess that would be confusing. But let's talk a little bit more about Sweet Pea, as many people have theorized that she is actually the main character of the film, and it's all about her escaping, not Baby doll. I believed this theory for quite a while, but now I would like to disagree with that and say that Baby doll and Sweet Pea are the same person. Because we have to remember that while Baby doll went into the asylum and she saw all the girls, she saw Amber, Blondie, Sweet Pea, but didn't really know all of them. In layer 2, she befriends them. Layer 2 is all Baby doll's imagination. The rocket that died didn't really die. Amber and Blondie, they're fine. Baby doll might have sacrificed herself so Sweet Pea can escape, but Sweet Pea is Baby doll. Baby doll sacrificed her body to be lobotomized. Sweet Pea is Baby doll's mind, and her mind was able to escape. And that is what I believe is actually happening in the ending of the film. So what does it all mean when Baby doll accepts that she's going to be lobotomized, sacrifices her body, and sets her mind free? When you look at the music, they're all about your mind, White Rabbit, Where is My Mind, Sing Me to Sleep. One could see the situation as one that they could never escape from. And I don't know how to say this on YouTube, but I guess it would be Baby doll would choose to not live anymore, which is a complete downer way to look at the end of the movie, especially with Sweet Pea's last few lines. And if we look at it again, we know that this is a story about Baby doll, but what's going on with her? She's trapped in an asylum, and she's only there because of her stepfather and what he lied about. She's only going through everything because of what he's saying and what he's doing, and she has no choice. Even if she did tell someone, they most likely wouldn't have believed her because she's in a crazy house. And through Baby doll's story of being sold to a burlesque house and fighting in fantasy worlds, this can be seen more as women choosing their own empowering versions of stories to tell instead of the stories that men tell to chastise women, which is a slightly lighter message than not living anymore as the only way to escape your situation. One other criticism this film had was how the women are all dressed in sexy outfits and all that. And it's not just a sucker punch thing. People say this about lots of movies. If the women dress non-conservative, I guess you could say, like the Josie and the Pussycats movie, they were dressed too sexy and critics felt free to call them tramps and sluts and all that. And it's a little strange too, like how Hollywood is trying to be more liberal and open and accepting of everybody and their choices, and yet women still dressing sexy is like taboo. Is this why all the women in the Marvel movies just wear these one-piece suits and jackets and long sleeves all the time? Like, I'm sorry, but if you're some god tier villain and all that, or hero, why are you just dressing so conservatively? There's like no way there's not one superhero who's like, yes, I'm gonna wear a mini skirt and a bra or a bikini top and no one can stop me because I'm stronger than everybody. I guess you can say that they're sexualizing them in the movie, but like I said, people can wear whatever they want, and it's your job to respect them and treat them as an equal and not just sexualize them. Anyway, that's Sucker Punch. I can't think of anything else more to say about it. I still really love this movie. Makes me think a lot, and it's not a perfect movie, but I like it, so 9 out of 10. I like the samurai fight. That one was my favorite. Bye.